This is Spoon TV live here from the Supreme Court, from the grounds of the Supreme Court in Monrovia, where schools of citizens have gathered to call for justice in the Jessica versus Lucas Riches case. They have been calling for justice since morning. From other areas of the court. The Liberia National Police has arrived on the scene here to ensure that calm is restored here on the grounds of the court. As you may be aware, the case involving Madam Jessica Lord was recently adjudicated by the Supreme Court of Liberia, where the court ruled in favor of Lucas Riches. So, according to this group, calling themselves Pressure Group, they are saying they still need justice for Jessica for what happened. They need justice for what happened. They besieged the grounds of the Supreme Court in Monrovia here. Schools of other than the Liberia National Police is here. They've been calling for the court. So we are walking down the grounds of the Executive Mansion. Let us go and see what's going to happen. We're going to see what's going to happen here. Whether this is a true protest. Yeah, they are.
Who's going to turn it down?
You say you want justice for who?
For the Pope.
Who the Pope?
For Jessica. Everybody on Liberia.
But the court already ruled that Jessica didn't win the case.
The court is a bribe. They took bribe.
They took bribe.
They said the second party that Cynthia Law refused. They were using against her, and I want to did. I want Nancy Cherry did. But Nancy Cherry, I got messages for you. Your children, they will pay for it.
Wow. You got any evidence to prove that the court took bribe?
We got proof. We got recording. We got recording to this. We're not just talking because we want to talk.
So for you, they should reopen the case.
Reopen the case. We want justice. We want justice. Let justice prevail. Let justice prevail. We need justice. We want justice.
So we are still here on the grounds of the Supreme Court. The group is up and running at the grounds of the Legislature. The Legislature, they are warning the Liberian National Police.
Leave that love for your family. You're still done.
Hey. No. Hey. Go Isa. Go Isa. So the group calling for justice, demanding justice for Jessica Riches. So wait and see. So they are demanding justice.
Joseph Baga adding stupid. Come for what you want to.
We important. So we are here. We're trying to actually understand this protest. What's happening? Some are demanding justice, and some are talking about how they were laid off. How they were laid off by the government. So we are getting the clear picture of this protest, demanding justice. So we are now on the grounds of the legislature.
Bravo, process.
So we're still here on the grounds of the legislature. You see the former mayor and also the Secretary General of the ruling coalition for democratic change is here. Jefferson Takmakoji. So this is it here live from the grounds of the court, moving here, calling for justice for Jessica Law. Though we are yet to understand, to hear from the team what prompted this protest rally being headed by former Monrovia City Mayor and Secretary General of the former ruling coalition for democratic change.
Activities of Monrovia City this year on the grounds of the Capitol.
This march is a peaceful march in justice for Jessica. Because
so we hope to talk to
Lucas Bridges has left the country just after
Secretary General of the CDC, along with scores of other citizens who have gathered here at the grounds of the Senate or the legislature. Jessica Lord and Lucas Richard case was recently adjudicated by the court, and the court ruled in favor of the American missionary, something that prompted this protest, according to the organizers of this protest, that their call for justice is intended to bring healing for Jessica Long, who's been crying for justice, that she was denied of justice. So we are here at the grounds of the legislature. This protest, we just saw the former Monrovia City Mayor and Secretary General of the CDC, Jefferson Kochi, being accompanied by several other individuals who were saying that they were laid off from the government. So we actually have not gotten the nature of this protest, because we overheard some of the protesters saying that they were laid off from the EPS and they are trained people. Therefore, they will ensure that justice is served for Jessica Law. So we are here on the grounds of the legislature, a group calling for justice for Jessica Law. But as you may be recalled, in May of 2023, Jessica Law and an American missionary it was alleged that the American missionary attempted to murder Jessica Law in dicto in a matter before the court, and the criminal could be ruled that Lucas Riches the court actually acquitted Lucas Riches due to the lack of evidence court by the prosecutors. So Jessica Riches and Jessica Lord now demanding justice, along with a couple of other people who have joined. We saw earlier on the former mayor of Monrovia, we also Secretary General of the former ruling CDC. We are here accompanied by several other former EPA officers who said that they were laid off by the government. So they are also calling for justice. So here is the group. So the group is here, and they are now demanding justice at the side of the House of Representatives. So the former mayor of Monrovia, Jefferson Koji, is leading this group. So my name is Stropan Flammer, and we're bringing you this live feed here from the grounds of the Legislature, where a group of citizens have gathered to call for justice for Jessica Lord. It was alleged that Jessica Lord was being killed by the American missionary, and the missionary was later on acquitted by the court.
Justice for all.
In fact, we are the most organized protesters in the history of Nigeria. For the fact that we have the zest and energy to stand for justice, for Jessica Law, and victims and survivors of the present human rights violation. So our essence of opinion is to engage the Senate and also the petition the Senate to ensuring that jury can intervene in the case of Jessica Law. We're very disappointed in the system. Whether it is the legislature, whether it is the Senate, whether it is the judiciary, we are disappointed for the fact that no one will come out to officially condemn the mysterious act against Jessica Law until after a final verdict was passed. That alone is a betrayal to the existence of women and children across Liberia. So we are disappointed. We are not here because we want to interact with senators and representatives. We are here because we feel we are victims of extreme injustice across Liberia. This is why in our midst you will see different groups because they're concerned. You'll see women, you'll see the disabled group, you'll see youth groups. They are here because they are concerned about Jessica's issue. So we have an official and well-organized petition to present to the Senate. So that's why we're here.
They are legitimate. Any sensible and responsible man or a government should be able to tolerate what you're doing. We should only conduct ourselves in the most peaceful form and manner. But I believe that one life taken is all lives taken. So we should be able to all of us who are actors, tell the people yourselves, if you are not in a society, the society will not be society. If we are not in a society, the society will not be society. So as you have done and exercise restraint, I hope these kind of peaceful demonstration that is guaranteed under our constitution, we will always continue this kind of thing. So our only advisor will stand appropriately and arrange ourselves so that you can present your petition as chair on rules and administration. It is my responsibility to restore law and order here. And then the chairman on claims and petition is not around. We can receive whatever petition on their behalf and will be turned over to the relevant committee and we can show you. But it's better late than never. Even though you have come at the time the legislature is about to close. But it's not late. When the legislature closed, then it means that even the leadership will continue to hide and those issues that will be raised will be looked into. Because it hurts that girl or any other person that is killed, could be your brother, could be my brother, could be anybody's relative. So the state actors should be able to support the idea, but I only send a message of caution that whatever we do, we should maintain the peace and stability of our country. So I just want to say thank you for being peaceful, for conducting yourself in a responsible manner. In Liberia, this is one of the most peaceful demonstrations that I've ever seen or gathering. So I want to say thank you for what you have done, and we will be willing to receive your petition.
Okay, so
But if the petition now on the
you have to just present it to you.
you're just here to read.
And we want to be on record.
So you want me
with the
to-
media institutions idea,
All right.
so that they can know what's going on. Yeah.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity, the platform to shed light.
That is just terrorist.
My man, I'm Liberian. No, I'm Liberian. My man, they people can protect me more than you.
Yeah, but you gotta shift. You gotta shift.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity and the platform to shed light on the Jessica Lloyd case. Following the recent news in the verdict reached in the Jessica Lloyd case, we are disgusted to see how our justice system oppresses people in Liberia. For us as a nation to liberate ourselves, it involves dismantling oppressive structures and biases that disproportionately impact disadvantaged Liberians in the legal system, specifically women and girls. We see this trend in the uprise of rape cases, hence why in the process reforming our justice system, we have to address sexism, socioeconomic discrimination, inadequate representation, and much more. We must support the voices of Liberian women in the judicial reform process, ensuring that our perspectives and needs are taken seriously. We believe as citizens, moreover as women, it's our civil duty to fight for those who can't fight for themselves, which is why we are very passionate about this case and have chosen to stand by Jessica and her family because this brutal attack should have never happened. Not only should it have never happened, Lucas Richards should have never gone free. Yes. So this case is very important and is a crucial step in dismantling the corrupt and oppressive system we have in Liberia. This case will not happen anywhere in the world. It will not happen in Nigeria, Ghana, but only Liberia. So it's your duty, it's your civil duty to help Liberian people and make sure that this man, we get justice for Jessica Lloyd. Justice for Jessica!
Justice for Jessica!
Justice for Jessica!
Justice for all!
Justice for Jessica!
Justice for all!
So now that you've heard Jessica tell her story, I would like to ask the public one question. What would you have done if it was you? What would you have done if it was your child? What would you have done if it was your mother? What would you have done if it was somebody close to you, a female relative close to you? Why is it that in Liberia, everyone turns a blind eye to things like this? Why is it that Liberian women and women all around the world are never protected? This needs to stop. Liberian women need change. We need protection. I want to call out the women in position of power. This isn't about Liberian men. This is about Liberian women. And as a man, especially a man in the position of power, you should take that initiative. You should stand up and fight for what's right. I want to call out women in position of power. The First Lady of the Republic of Liberia, Madam Boyka, the Senate Pro Tem, Madam Lawrence, and the Second Lady of the Republic of Liberia, Madam Kuhn, the Minister of Gender, Madam Colley, and last but not least, the former VP of Liberia, Madam Jewel Howard-Taylor, with honorable mentions of all the female representatives and senators. I would like to urge you to speak out and fight for Jessica and her family. Women in power have a unique responsibility to speak up in the face of injustice because their voices carry influence and can drive meaningful change. By using their platforms and position of authority, they can amplify the voices of marginalized individuals, especially women. Thank you.
Amanda!
Well, we have listened to your petition being read. We have our colleague, Honorable Musa Hassan Belated, who have just joined us. I will pause, make a brief remarks, and I will do a closing, and then we'll tell you the position of the House of Representatives based on the petition being read.
Thank you, Ms. Gay, and to the organizers of this petition ceremony. As you may know by now, the House has already taken actions to summon the Minister of Justice, the prosecutor on the case, and all those that were involved. We believe that the case of Jessica should serve as a litmus test to the commitment of this 55th legislature to make sure that this never happens again. We also want to assure you that we stand by you as you seek civil justice in the United States against this perpetrator. The man left this country, I believe justice was not served. The House of Representatives, as Cole has told you, is already taking serious action. We will not rest. We will do everything we can to make sure that justice is served. We want to thank you for your effort. We want to thank you for everything that you have been doing while this case is going on. The House, there's no business as usual in this building anymore. We're here to fight for our people. We will fight for Jessica, and we will make sure that what happens to Jessica will never ever happen again. And the House will go to the bottom of this to make sure that justice is served. Thank you.
So thank you very much, and thank you for the petition that you've read. What we can say to you, even we know that we have 3 separate coordinated branches of government. The judiciary branch or the court that rendered the decision. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm informed that once there are new discoveries, when the matter is adjudicated and there are new discoveries, that matter will be brought back under the jurisdiction of the court. So we believe that there are new discoveries. And based on those discoveries, the matter will be brought back under our judicial system for proper justice to be served. I know that Jessica is speaking to each and every one of you. And I know that, as my colleague has said, this is not going to go unnoticed as serious steps have been taken. But all we want to say to you, to all of the victims, including ourselves, let exercise maximum and constitutional restraint so that Jessica's rights will not be placed on politics or will not be placed on other things. So I just want to say thank you. Your petition, now we are going to close today, but I will ensure with my colleague will place it on the agenda and more actions will be taken today.
Let me say something real quick. Representative, I want to challenge you. I'm Robert, and I'm from the closing argument. I know that we're talking about Jessica right now, but too many times and too often, our people in this country are treated like foreigners, while foreigners are treated and respected as if they are Liberians. Do you remember the story of Moldavia? When white men and white women are involved in criminal cases in this country, one way or the other, they get away with it. If it was a black man, if it was a Liberian, Zobo Liberian, a poor black Liberian, who have been accused of attempted murder, I can guarantee you almost will be a sub-beach with no due process. The fact that we continue to have this slavery mentality in this country, and we continue to protect foreigners in this country while we enslave our own people, it must stop. It must stop. So I will call on you guys, as you move forward this case should not only be a litmus test. There should be a call to action. Want to protect Liberian citizens in this country. We're not foreigners in our own land. We are Liberian citizens and we must be respected. Period. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
So from the grounds of the Temple of Justice in Monrovia, we've been following this group that have been calling for justice for Jessica Law. Jessica Law who has been expressing dissatisfaction since the court ruled in favor of Lucas Riches. The court acquitted Riches from the case wherein Lucas Riches was accused of attempted murder, and later on the matter before the court said there was no sufficient evidence to prosecute Mr. Lucas Riches. So the court acquitted Lucas Riches of attempted murder, and now Jessica Law is now seeking justice, calling on humanitarian organizations and other stakeholders to intervene into this matter. That justice was never served. Thanks for being there. Thanks for following. I'm going to go out. So we are here. Here on the grounds of the legislature in Monrovia, where schools of citizens have gathered to petition the legislature, both Senate and the House of Representatives, to intervene in the Jessica Law and Lucas Rich's case that was recently adjudicated by the court, wherein Lucas Richards was acquitted by the court.
Yeah, where are you now?
So this is it here. Jessica is still crying for justice, still demanding justice since the acquittal of Mr. Lucas Richards by the court. They believe that the ruling was unjust. So while the House of Representatives has accepted the petition by the group, but they have been called, the leader of this group has been called for meeting with the members of the House. But here are the protesters wearing black. They head to call on the Liberian government through the legislature and the judiciary and to intervene into this matter. But however, the legislature has said it will summon the Minister of Justice and also the Minister of Justice and also the court for actually what transpired at the court during the time of the hearing of this case. So they are disenchanted, then calling on the Liberian government to intervene to ensure that this case is brought into a logical conclusion. They believe that the case, there was no due diligence done to the case by the court. So there you have it. We are going to take this break. I think the protesters have absorbed their request of being here on the grounds of the Capitol building on Capitol Hill in Monrovia. My name is Strokon Flammer, and I've been bringing you this live feed here from the court. Walk through the grounds of the legislature to bring you up to date on the Jessica Lord and Lucas Ridge's protest group demanding justice for Jessica Lord.